Hey everybody, it's Steve, and this is Wackadoo Brewing, the Wackadoo Unhinged podcast. We are live here at the brewery, and today I'm here with my special guest, Rachel. I remember the name, see? We did a quick switch up. Somebody else was going to be on the podcast talking about it, so I had her name memorized, and then she jumped in at the last second, so I got Rachel right. Look at that. Way to go, Steve.
I think you just need to not think about it.
I know, right? It's the thinking, that's the hard part.
It's like the most common name in America.
Right? All right. So I'm here today, as always, with my co-host Denis and the Brew Squatch, a.k.a. Shaun, and Rachel from Santa's Workshop on Fort Carson. What is the official name?
Mountain Post Santa's Workshop.
Mountain Post Santa's Workshop. See, that's why every time I try to tag you guys, I get lost because I'm looking for Santa's Workshop or Fort Carson something, and there's like 1,000 different tags.
Yes.
So I always have to go back and remember that it's Mountain Post.
Mountain Post Santa's Workshop.
Gotcha. There you go. So Mountain Post Shop, Santa's Workshop. There we go. So last year we brewed a beer with you guys, and then we had a donation box set out here up front, and we did a little event here that day. It was a lot of fun, and we had all the ladies come in and help me brew that beer. Yes. It ended up being a total disaster because that molasses was way too much.
Yeah, it was horrible.
I miscalculated. It should have been like 8 gallons instead of like 80 gallons. So you got to remember.
Slight miscalculation.
Remember to move the decimal point. That's very important. But we ended up salvaging it, making another beer for you guys and getting that on tap, so we were able to raise money for you, which was awesome.
Yes.
So tell me a little bit about the nonprofit and what do you actually do?
Yeah, so we provide toys, so Christmas for all of the kids on Fort Carson. They apply, we get some information from them, and then they pick like a shopping time slot. So our warehouse has like fake store shelves, and like the parents get to actually come in and like pick stuff off of shelves for their kids. And so we give them toys, and then books, games, and like stocking stuffers.
What? Move the mic a little closer, just in case. Because we had a couple other people do that. They'll start talking and they'll just lean back, and like halfway through, you'll see their lips moving, and you're like, "What did they say?"
They're not even
We haven't
speaking.
established sign language yet.
I just push. Yeah, there you go. Okay.
You're a weirdo until you figure it out.
I know.
So it's kind of like Shop with the Cop meets Angel Tree type thing. Parents come in, and so kind of like with Shop with the Cop, they get to pick things out, but at the same time, the kid doesn't know it's coming.
Yes. Yeah, the kids are
I
not
kind of
allowed.
like that.
Yeah.
I really do like that.
So it's just very like the parents get to actually come shopping, and we call it shopping week, and that's kind of like what we build up to all year. So that's
See, as someone who grew up on the lower end of the economic bracket, I grew up doing the Angel Tree and some of the local things around there. That's several years the only reason my family had a Christmas. So
See,
I
love
really
that.
like
When I was a
these
kid,
programs.
Yeah, when I was a kid, my family would take me to the VFW down there because my grandfather and my father were both in there, and they'd have the angel gift tree thing. Yeah, that thing. And that was really cool. I remember that. And I've never thought of that until you just said it, and like all those memories.
Core
like,
memory
rewound.
unlocked.
Yep, there it was.
yeah, it's pretty
Things
neat.
we haven't heard about in 40 years.
We have like bikes and go-karts. We had some like electric bumper cars last year that we were lucky enough
cool.
to
How
go
we
to.
get in on
My
that?
first
So-
full-size bike came from an Angel Tree donation.
Nice.
I think mine was Goodwill. Yeah, same
Yeah.
place I got my shoes. Yeah, all right, and so you guys brought us a goodie bag.
Yes.
And I didn't even want to look. I'm going to open this live right here on camera. So we got one of these candies for each of us. I love these things.
These are the good men's.
Yes. These are the ones that got like they're not like chewy, but they got that soft
They're also
part.
not hard as a rock.
Yeah,
I have to continually to fight not to buy the big buckets of these because I'll make it disappear.
Yes. All right, and then we got a koozie. Mountain Post, Santa's Workshop, nice.
Nice.
And nobody's got a cup we can put it on.
He could put it on
you
his
go.
monster.
There we go.
There we go.
There, you do that.
Santa's Workshop, sponsored by Monster.
That would be a legit sponsorship.
Right? That would
Right.
be a good one. Everybody
get a
keeps
cease
talking
and
about
desist.
Rip It.
That's why I always sit here and make sure the label's facing the camera. Maybe
Someday.
one day.
One day.
They'll just like mail us a
they'll
case and
see
be
you.
like,
Be like, you guys are
Oh yeah, I'd be
amazing."
perfectly happy with a material sponsorship. You ain't even got to send me money.
right? And a thank you card. I really like this one. This is nice. Mountain Post, Santa's Workshop.
Or any other energy drink. I'm not picky.
And the stickers, they gave us one, but there's a whole stack over here on our table where we keep all the cool little business cards and pamphlets and stuff like that. So they brought us a whole stack of stickers. So if you're one of my sticker collectors, come in and get those. and then some lip balm, which that. Anyways, Renee will love this. I'm just a weirdo, dude. I don't. I've never.
You don't use chapstick?
I can't.
You live
Never
in
in my life.
Colorado and you don't use chapstick?
I've lived, let's see, 3.5 years in Iraq, 8 years in Fort Hood, Texas, 3 years at Fort Benning, Georgia, and never ever. I don't know what it is. It bugs me. Like every time she
Are you
kisses
just,
me, I have to wipe it off. 'Cause
Like extremely hydrated?
I guess so, which makes no sense because all I do is drink coffee until noon and then beer all day. And I
water in it?
I don't drink water.
Both of those
There's
Yeah.
water
It's water-based,
made with
yeah.
coffee's
Absolutely.
made with water.
That's what I
so.
go with because they're like, you need 8 glasses of water a day, which is funny because it's hard for some people to drink 8 glasses of water a day. But if you said you had to drink 8 beers a day, boom, done.
Goes
Easy.
down like a fat kid on a seesaw.
There you go.
And, ooh, this cute keychain. Thank you. May you be proud of the work you do, the person you are, and the differences you make. Well, thank you, because that's actually pretty true. There you go. All right, so what got you? See, I told you we were going to go on tangents. I'm like a squirrel. It's like,
Oh yeah, we're all a little ADD over here.
Yes, and a pen. This says Mountain Post. Renee loves pens. She has pens from like everybody, and she keeps them all.
Oh, I love that.
We have a lot of cool pens. Okay, so how long have you been with Santa's Workshop?
I have been with the board for just under a year.
Oh, so you're not just a helper, you're on the board.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
apologies. You're on
Yes,
the
I
board.
am the publicity chair, so I do all the social media.
That's why they threw you over
flyers.
here.
Yes.
Yes, there you go.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
And I am the chatty Cathy on the board, so
Okay, well, that
you
works.
should be
Definitely.
trusted with the job.
What got you involved with Santa's Workshop when you first started?
Actually, my friend Sky that's standing over there.
The one hiding off camera?
Yes.
Yes.
I came to support one of the fundraisers with Santa's for her. And she was like, "Oh, you should come meet the president." And I was like, "Okay, well, I swore off volunteering. I don't know why, but I wasn't really interested." And then we got to talking, and I was like, "Wait, Santa sounds legit. That's cool." And then I met Aaron, and then I joined, got voted in, and I joined.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
So what's probably your favorite part about all this?
I like shopping week, like actually meeting the families because they're just names all year when
Yeah.
they're applying and stuff. But then when they actually come in and they're like, "Oh my gosh, my daughter loves Barbies," or "My son is gonna love this STEM kit," like that, I don't know, that's just so cool to me. So it's like, well, we get to provide 5, 6, 7 toys for kids, and like their parents might not have gotten to provide their kids with a Christmas,
Yeah.
like we were kind of touching on earlier. So it's cool that our organization gets to do that for
Yeah.
families. So
Yeah,
that's a big
like
deal.
with the angel tree, you know, I've grabbed one of the angels on there, and you're doing the shopping for that, and you're like, I hope they like this.
Yeah,
You get a couple of guidelines to go, but you're really just kind of hoping you pick something
Yeah.
right.
Oh, man, if
you
you-
actually get to see, you know, the parents
Yes.
come in who know these kids and know, hey, my kid's really actually going to like this. It's not a hope.
yeah.
One of those where you're standing there, you got all the stuff, and then when the families are coming in, and then you see the kid like, oh, and you're like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
darn.
Yeah. No, it's really
I feel
cool.
bad, you know, and I'm kind of upset at the same time. You're like, you little. No, I can't say it. Oh my God.
I mean, you could.
Things you can't say while you're on the campaign trail.
Yeah. I mean, what? They're under 18. They can't vote. No. Okay, that's probably about the worst thing I've ever said.
Oh, where's the clicker?
I know. Right? I've got it. No, bad. So this little clicker is in case any of us says anything that's too far. We know where on the camera to remove it. But we're going to leave that in because it's
smart.
Somebody
funny.
keep track down in the comments. He's at 3. I'm at 2 and 1, or is it
No.
2 and 3?
2. I know I've clicked you twice. So
Okay, so because we established like episode before last,
Yeah.
that we were even. So you just pulled ahead.
Dang.
I don't think I've been clicked yet.
I know you're such a good guy. I mean, if people really knew,
Yeah,
you're
right.
good on camera,
Yeah.
No. He's not a good guy.
I
He's a
just
good
know when-
actor.
Just know when to rein it in.
right?
Yeah.
We're like, why is he always so quiet? Oh,
Should record some of these D&D sessions.
Oh God, yeah, that'd be bad.
Do you guys play D&D?
We do.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
We set it up every Tuesday night.
Really?
Yep. And either me or Shaun runs the game. The game's been going almost 2 years straight now. And when we first started it up, there was a couple of the breweries that were trying to do D&D, and theirs lasted like 2 or 3 weeks, and ours has been going almost 2 years straight.
Yeah.
That's super cool.
What was the one who was like immediately after you posted it? The next day
The
they posted it
yeah.
too. And
So
it
when
never
we
kicked
announced
off.
we were going to run D&D,
Yeah.
they announced the next day.
Wow.
And then their game actually never even started because they didn't have anybody to run the game. They didn't have any of the stuff for the game. So they were trying to bribe somebody to come in and run it. And they were like, we'll give you free beer and stuff if you run the game.
What?
And I was like, but you wanted to run the game
You wanted
and you
to
didn't
do
have
it.
anybody for it.
Yeah, that's weird. My husband and his friends play Magic. Have you guys ever played Magic?
Oh yeah.
Never actually
Yeah.
played
We
it,
got a group that comes in like once every 2 weeks, and they'll sit here for like 4 hours playing.
It's a ridiculously long, obnoxious game.
I played it back in the early 2000s, so
Brag.
much different game than it is now.
Yeah, very different.
Like
It's
we had a
intense.
customer try and teach us the commander decks. I don't know if you got.
Nope.
I rage quit.
Yeah, I was like, this is too complicated. The
flip the
game
table?
used to be pretty easy.
Yeah.
No,
Now
I
it's
started.
very, very
I started
Very
doing things
complicated.
that I
Morning,
was
Grandma.
pretty sure
You
would
win.
kill me.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But yeah,
Yeah.
I mean that is kind of the nice thing too about new people that want to come in and play D&D. You don't need anything. You get a sheet of paper and a pen.
Yeah.
We've got everything else covered. You don't even need the paper and
Yeah,
pen.
you
We'll,
really need
we'll give you that
that.
too.
Pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Like
Yep.
Magic, you got to spend money on the cards.
Oh,
you gotta,
yeah.
And these
And
people
they're
spend
expensive.
thousands of dollars. Yeah.
Yeah.
D&D, all you got to do is be half coherent, and
Yeah.
you can play.
And like we have the option of running through D&D Beyond. So like I've bought quite a few of the books and everything myself. So we start a campaign in that. You don't have to buy that content. We can share that content that I've already purchased.
Wow.
Yeah. So
okay.
I mean, we have everything for people. If it's your very first time ever playing D&D, you can come in. If you're 11 years old, you can come in here and play. We've had a couple of kids come in and join us sometimes. And
Yeah,
if you,
cool.
half the table. This was their first. Your original campaign was their first.
yeah, we ran
Actual
that one for
campaign,
like
yeah.
8 or 10 months. So I mean, and you can come and go. You don't have to be here every single week. If you come in once a month, we'll jump you into the game. Yeah, and then we keep you and you're good. Anyway,
pretty cool.
enough about that. All right, so what's some of the next events you guys have coming up?
Yeah, so in May we're doing a fundraiser at Tommy's Car Wash, the one off of Garden of the Gods. And so all the car washes for, I believe it's May 25th. Is it May 25th?
There you go. See,
29th and 30th.
there you go. She has a support team here.
May 29th and 30th. Every car wash that comes through, a portion of that gets donated to Santa's. So
No,
go
it's
get
awesome.
your car washed.
Go get your car washed.
Tommy's off of Garden of the Gods.
There you go.
And then in July 25th, we are going to be here actually for our beer release party
Yay.
for Christmas in July. And our Santa will be here as well. So
It's not like the Santa we had with the CVMA, is it? Dude was like 6'8".
Oh
no,
my gosh!
this
it
man
is-
looks like
like
Santa.
bad decisions.
Okay, I was
He
gonna
is
say
legit.
this
I mean-
guy made Shaun look small.
Yeah, like we stand chest to chest, and he could rest his chin on the top of my head.
Yeah.
That's
It is
tall.
not often I feel
this,
small.
This guy was huge.
But he was also like a legit Santa. The
Yeah.
beard was real.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
he had the demeanor. It was awesome.
He
was a
legally
great
changed his
dude.
name to Chris Kringle.
right.
It wouldn't surprise me sometimes.
Yeah, I don't think I learned the man's real name until 6 months into me being on the board. I was like,
walk
"What's
up
your
and,
name?" He's
"Santa?"
like, "Santa, dear." I'm like, "Right." But
It's like, okay, I'm trying to write a check. What's your real name?
I'm like, "Look, I'm putting your phone number in my phone. What's your name?" He's like, "Santa." I'm like, "Okay." Yeah. So.
That's great.
Well,
but
that's
he's a-
like
he's a great guy.
Yoda. I think we were hanging out with him for like 2.5, 3 years before I learned Yoda's real name.
Yeah. One of the guys that works with the one of the veteran organizations, and yeah, he goes by his call sign, so everybody knows him as Yoda. Very few people know his real name.
That's amazing. That's like
Well, everybody knows it. Nobody uses it.
Well, no, I know a lot of people that have come in that do not know his real
Oh,
name.
really?
They only know him by his online
Yeah.
nickname. Yeah. All right. So, where are you guys located on Fort Carson?
we're located next to the thrift shop.
Is that the Tumbleweeds one? Or is
No.
opposite end?
Yeah, it's nearby.
Okay.
Yeah, it's nearby.
Isn't that near Gate 1?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
You didn't sound very confident.
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Near gate 1.
Santa's. That's what I said. And
Yes, next to the thrift store, but not Tumbleweeds.
no.
Okay. Yes.
Do you guys know where Domino's is?
Well, yeah, it's right next to Tumbleweeds.
So Santa's isn't by there.
Okay, it's not by there. So don't go to the Domino's looking for Santa's workshop.
I've never been on Carson, so I'm just 9 levels of confused.
I've only been to like Tumbleweeds. I think that's the only place on
Just
Carson
start
I've
your
been.
search by the Mountain Post and then see all the shit that comes up.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, eventually.
Or Skyline. Skyline's a popular name
Oh
for
God,
stuff in
there's
this town.
Skyline everything. When you first told me you got that job at Skyline, I
Which
looked
one?
and I was like, no, okay, yeah. And then when she said she worked at Skyline, I'm like, oh cool, Shaun. She's like, no, different part. I'm like, what? How many parts are there? I don't get it. But yeah, so I didn't think it was that popular of a thing. Well, then look at Rocky Mountain. How many things are called Rocky Mountain something?
That is true. There is a lot
Or
of Rocky
Pikes Peak
Mountain.
something.
Yep.
Or something Pikes Peak, whatever. Yeah.
I'm from Southern California, so the Rocky Mountain everything is insane to me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, Kentucky, it's bluegrass.
Yeah,
Everything.
oh, yeah.
Bluegrass, everything.
Yep, you're absolutely right there. I think that tree removal company I hired was called Bluegrass. I'm like, that has nothing to do
Probably.
with grass. But
Bluegrass Wireless.
Yeah.
They went out of business decades ago, and I still have it on my credit report.
Yeah. Gift that keeps on giving.
yeah, debt. It's good for you until it's been on there too long. Oh my God.
Just had some people try to scam us into paying more money.
Yeah?
Yeah. On because my parents passing and all that, there's people trying to come in on that and just scam us out of more money. It's like, no, we already paid that.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I get those every single day. $145,000, pay back $177,000. Oh, I had a great one yesterday. Eric was here, and it popped up on my phone, and it said, "Do you make $57,000 a month? Apply for this loan." And I was like,
If I made $57,000 a month, I wouldn't need a loan for shit.
"Yeah." I was gonna say, which brewery did you confuse me with? Because it's not us.
That's
That's an insane amount of money.
Yeah,
Yeah.
$57,000 a month.
Yeah.
Yeah, that means you're pulling down a decent seven-figure, year.
I don't think there's a legal way to make that much money.
Sure. Be the CEO of Colorado Springs Utilities. But that's why our utility bills keep going up right there.
Yeah.
Got to make sure he's covered.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, he makes like I think $580,000 a year.
God forbid
Really?
the CEO can't afford a second
paid
vacation home.
Yeah, highest paid utilities in the state of Colorado.
That's crazy.
The average CEO makes like $250,000, which is good for them. I mean,
Yeah.
you're running a major institution, but the one here in the Springs, he gets $580,000 a year.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I live on post, so my husband and I are fortunate not to see a utility bill.
God,
But
I would.
when I was working,
Bring in some nuclear and watch that shit change real fast.
Yeah.
I was working, and it was right when they did the bump for peak times.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, so you can't wash your dishes when you get home from work?
Yeah,
Like,
when you get home from work,
what?
you got to do laundry, you got to cook, you got to clean up, you got to
See, the secret to that is don't clean your dishes.
Yeah.
Don't do the dishes or don't go to work. Those are
I
your
mean,
only
there's-
two options.
One of those is not a bad option.
Paper plates are great.
Right?
We're a
There
great
you go.
invention.
Oh yeah, no, our utility bill went up $150 a month.
Yeah, these
That's crazy.
Yeah, on the home scale, it's not
cook directly
terrible.
on top of the
but for us,
stove.
that was a
especially
lot.
glass top.
Yeah.
You just
I
scrape it
could
off.
imagine.
Yeah, it was fun.
Just eat it out of
and-
whatever you cook
yeah.
it in.
Pretty much.
Oh my God. Okay, so what are your plans for the future? Like, are you going to be staying with them? Are you going to be trying to do more events? You trying to put?
Well, that's a pretty wild question.
I was getting
Lots
that.
of goals.
You start vague, and then, well, I want to turn a year older. I might go back to school someday.
What would you like to see happen
Thank
with the organization in the next 2 to 3 years?
There you
if you've
go.
thought that far.
Short term.
Oh.
Because they're listening.
Yeah, they are listening.
Because I was like, is this something I know? But I think you asked about her, right?
Yes, I was asking about her. Oh, so they don't care. All right.
Like for Santas, I would say consistent sponsors across the board. I think that would be awesome because we have a really good outreach person that talks to potential sponsors. That's Bridget, actually. Bridget's our
it's
outreach
Bridget.
person.
Okay.
But I think that if we just had some set in stone sponsors that we could also promote and they help us, like I think that would be pretty cool.
I completely get that because on our end, it's the nonprofits we work with. You guys are one of the ones that has come back consistently,
Yeah.
and we love helping you out wherever we
Yes.
can. But I've got some of these nonprofits that we've done one event for them. They didn't, push it out at all themselves.
Yeah.
Came in, got the check from us, and then we never heard from them again.
You guys
And
have
it's
been
like-
great. If we could just find some more golden
Yeah.
eggs like you guys, that would be awesome.
It's that same thing though. I mean, ones that are like, oh yeah, we'll help you this time, and then they never think about it again either.
Yeah.
They just gave you some stuff or cut you a check, and then it's like,
Yes.
I did my good deed.
Yeah.
It's not supposed to work like that. So on both ends,
Yeah.
I get that.
Check that box on the tax
Did
right
the
off.
one,
Yes.
one good deed for my life.
There you go, done.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I helped them once like 5 years ago, so I'm a good person. That's not how.
That's not how that works.
Yeah.
Even though I bring it up in every single conversation.
Absolutely. Yeah. No. You gotta
yeah.
share that with everybody for the rest of your life that you did that one thing. Definitely. Okay. All right. We're good. We're still good on time.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So now we're gonna put you under pressure. What are you drinking?
Diet Coke.
Diet Coke.
Diet Coke.
Shaun, what you drinking?
What am I drinking? Pickle Rick.
The Pickle Rick.
Same.
Pickle
Yeah.
Rick.
I was drinking the Eric the Red earlier, but yeah, that one. I know you don't really like it, but
No, not at all.
Yeah, no,
It's-
I love Eric the Red.
No,
It's
that
really
is the
good.
worst thing I
haven't
brew
had
every
one of
year.
those yet. I need to.
Worst thing.
God, why does this swill sell so good?
Because apparently it's just me. Everybody else loves that beer.
Yeah.
you were definitely alone on that one.
Yep.
Have you guys always liked beer?
Nope.
No. Honestly, it's sad, but up until 10 years ago, I drank like Bud Light and a lot of hard liquor. The beer was just, because I always thought that's what that was. Bud, Busch, Coors, all of those brands, they're all the same. And everybody's like, oh, just keep drinking it till you get used to
Yeah,
it.
you get a 30 rack of Light for like $12.
Yeah. But
yeah.
that's what you were taught, was that you had to drink it until it was tolerable.
Uh-huh.
And then I found
Budweiser, Bud Light. I did a stint where I was drinking Colt 45.
Oh, yeah, I remember those.
Schlitz.
Mad Dog.
But yeah, all swill. Because
Yeah,
I'm from
Mad Dog.
rural Kentucky. There's still barely anything better there. I went back there last year. I think there was like 3 breweries in the county. They were all tap rooms.
Well,
It's
one of
still
them up in
1997
one of
back
them up
there.
in Louisville was a great brewery. Just happened to have Stone in their name, so when Stone went around suing everybody, they sued them right out of business.
Yep. And then they
small
sold out.
brewery. Yep, small little brewery, and then immediately after the lawsuit ended, Stone sold out. So they ruined a good small brewery just to nobody else could have Stone in their name, and then ended up being a sellout anyway. So
It's a pretty common word.
yeah, well, they were going after Keystone. But when they filed the lawsuit against Keystone, they said you also have to sue anybody else with Stone in the name, because if you're suing Keystone because they have Stone, you got to sue everybody else that has Stone. So these little small breweries, anybody that had Stone in their name, got sued right out of existence, because you can't fight, because Stone Brewing is massive and they had a lot of money. So the other small breweries all got burned. And what
That
good
was
did it
probably
do?
part of the merger game all along.
Yeah, but I mean, there was no point in
Weed out
killing other small
competition.
breweries.
No, that's what I'm saying. That was probably a condition before they sold out. They wanted to get rid of all that other marketing with their name before the whatever company bought them would buy them.
It was either InBev or Sapporo. I think it was Sapporo.
Yeah, that sounds
But
right.
anyways, it was
Was that the
somebody with
Japanese one?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
somebody with way too much money. Anywho, so
Crazy Rich Asians.
when I went to go work at my first brewery, that's when I got to try craft beer, and I was like, "Oh my god, beer can taste like this! This is amazing!" You know, all beer to me tasted almost exactly the same,
Yeah.
and it was just garbage
I
commercial
vividly
beer.
remember my first craft beers.
Well, yeah, it's because we got you fucked up.
Oh yeah, I'd up for over 24 hours.
Yep.
Get into town first day at altitude,
Ooh.
and he says, "Hey, want to come hang out at the brewery I'm working at?" Sure. And my glass never emptied.
Oh yeah, no, I can't.
And they were just giving me all kinds of stuff. I don't remember what half of it was. After number 3, I was like, this is weird. Because I was a heavy drinker.
But altitude is different, and craft beer is different.
The altitude.
Altitude,
almost
exhaustion,
Yeah.
lack of food. I had no chance.
Oh yeah, most of that stuff we were serving you was like 7% or above. So
Nice.
That'll do it.
Yeah.
I was all excited.
Oh, I had a
Yeah.
great time.
My introduction to craft beer was IPAs. That's for a long time, years, almost a decade ago, actually. It was, especially here, nothing but IPAs.
Yeah.
And I was doing a lot of like out of town work where I'd stay for like a whole week. And a lot of these breweries, they'd have like 4 beers on tap or like 5 beers on tap. And then all or most of them would be IPAs, and it'd be some disgusting thing.
Yep.
And I'd be like, cool, this is gross. Why do people pay so much for this?
I'm
Why are
licking
these so
pine
popular?
cones. I'm eating a fucking grass, and yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just not an IPA guy. There's like, I think one IPA I've ever had, and it was very seasonal, and they never brought it back again. And then the brewery went under. I don't remember what it was, but yeah,
That was the one that got away.
yep,
And now you have your own Hefeweizen on the board.
I do.
Right?
Yeah, that's
there,
crazy.
Number 12 up there. You see the name?
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's
That is
him.
really cool.
Yep, I made that for him.
And of course, we shout that out when you're not drinking your own beer.
I know, right? That's why I asked, because that's one of the first ones you grab is your beer.
yeah.
All right,
But
so
no,
what
Eric's
about
Red
you?
was out, so.
What do you drink?
Tequila.
Hey,
Ooh,
Fun.
No, I don't know why. Like my family doesn't drink a whole lot, and then I didn't really drink or party in college. So now as an adult, like I'm really lame. I'm like, let's do shots. And they're
I mean,
like,
that's not
let's get
lame, I
a
mean,
beer.
yeah.
I'm like, okay, okay.
I mean, you're doing all right, because we got 2 guys running for governor that didn't have a drink when they came on here, and who else didn't drink? I think it was about it, wasn't it?
actually,
There was,
there's been a few that did.
The one guy that just doesn't drink at all.
I don't
that
think
wasn't
Cheryl
Chris?
had a drink.
Oh, yeah, Chris. I
Yeah.
mean, well, he had the non-alcoholic.
Yeah.
Cheryl didn't have a drink, I don't think.
You're right, Cheryl didn't.
Yeah.
Well, because she was here in an official capacity.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's okay. No
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah.
Diet Coke.
Hey, it works. At least
Yeah.
you got something. A couple of them didn't even get a glass or anything, and I'm like, that's awkward.
Yeah,
You're
no,
gonna
I
be-
couldn't. I couldn't
can't
do
talk
this
that
without,
long without-
some form of
Yes.
beverage.
Yes.
Yeah, I walked in. I was like, I need something.
Oh, that podcast I was on for running for Congress, it was like 20 minutes in before he's like, "Oh man, I'm being a bad host. You need something to drink?" And I'm like, "Man, I would love it," because it was at the mall and all the water fountains were broken. Like I walked around the whole place and all the water fountains were broken, and I was like, I
that
was
tracks.
so thirsty. And I was like, I'm just gonna power through this and then
Yeah.
get out of here and get something. And then he's like, "Oh, do you want some water?" And I was like, "Can you please?"
You're like,
Yes. I'm over here like,
Like SpongeBob, just all dried out.
right. With what was the movie with Jim Carrey where after he takes the pill, he's like.
I just need a drink of water.
God, that was awful. All right, so
Advanced illusionary schizophrenia with involuntary outbursts of narcissistic rage.
You're describing yourself right now?
holy crap!
It's
sounded
from that
scripted.
movie.
Oh, okay.
No, he's remembering it from the movie. It
I'm
wasn't,
pretty sure I got it wrong.
It wasn't
Me,
Liar,
myself, and
Liar.
Irene.
Me, myself, and there you go.
Oh, okay.
Sounded good
I
though.
didn't actually see that one.
I love that movie. I need to watch
Yeah,
that.
that was
again.
one of the few Jim Carrey movies I did not see.
Really?
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
Normally, I'm pretty good with quotes, but no, I don't know.
So what about you for movies? What do you got like?
I like horror movies and I like rom-coms.
It's a fun juxtaposition.
That's eclectic.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I started off as like a film production major in college. I wanted to make horror movies, just like the goriest shit you've ever seen.
Good lord, she's a
Nice.
slasher over there.
and then I switched to sociology. So now
So,
I do
like,
marketing.
Slasher, psychological horror, thriller.
I love
body horror.
psychological horror. Slashers, lately, they've kind of been iffy for me. My husband's gone a lot, so like slashers don't feel really good before going to bed.
Right.
So you just make sure you just check your pistol.
Yeah. I'm like, honey, where we keep the gun?
Where's the bedside? Where's the backup bedside?
So psychological horrors, I like feeling like I don't know what's going on. Do you guys like horror movies?
I feel
Not
like a
me.
lot of horror movies nowadays are just kind of just too predictable. That's why I
Yeah.
don't really watch them anymore. It's like, oh, and then this person's gonna hop out over here, and this person's
I
gonna
like
do that.
Fractured.
Whatever.
I don't know if that truly counts as a horror. I think that's more just like some kind of sci-fi. But
Yeah.
Fractured was really good. I like the way they played with that.
The Smile movies that came out recently-ish. Those
think I've heard of
ones
them.
were
Yeah.
insane.
I've kind of wanted to watch those. I'm not a big horror fan. I like some of the old school horror, like
Yeah.
the Hellraiser flicks.
Yeah,
The Hellraiser flicks
those are
were
fun.
good.
I like when I was younger, the like paranormal,
to show you.
the paranormal activity type movies. Those were super rad. To me.
I liked the first one, but then everybody tried jumping on that bandwagon and it got stupid.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, I watched it well after release. And, originally it came out, it was found footage and da-da-da-da-da. I remember at the end of the movie when I watched it, it was, how the does found footage have an alternate ending?
Yeah, there is that. There is that.
Well, it's like when Blair Witch came out. That was stupid front to back. But man, they
But-
made a ton of money.
I did not enjoy Blair
see,
Witch.
that's one of the ones that I've heard, like Fat Electrician's done a couple of different topics where the marketing was just insanely
Oh
good.
yeah, it cost them a couple of $1,000 to make that, and they made millions.
Well, and that's what they did with
Damn.
like Smile too, because I do marketing like professionally too. So like they would have two actors go buy tickets at a baseball game, and the whole thing was just like they would just sit there and creepily smile.
Yeah, I
then,
remember that.
Like they're just like standing at this baseball game next to people, just like
Oh
smiling.
yeah, and there were
it's
there were
just-
people pissed off because this was shortly after the whole clown thing
Yes.
happened.
Yeah.
Yes. And
Okay,
it was
I remember
that.
It was
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like,
I
okay, cool.
wish.
You're like
I actually had that happen to
infiltrating
me.
baseball games.
Yeah.
So,
As soon as I pulled out the 1911, he ran away.
But see, mine it's sad, but like the Jurassic Park movies are scary to me because the first one came out when I was like 8, and we were at a drive-in movie theater watching it. Oh, so real 40-foot T-Rex
Yeah.
and the raptors and all that.
yeah.
That stuck with me the rest of my life. All the rest of I know
And
they're
you know what?
stupid.
Jurassic Park still holds up to this day as a great movie.
Right, the
That's
original.
true.
Oh yeah, it's still a good.
Because
I like
practical
the Jurassic
effects
World
didn't
movies.
age.
Exactly. I think that's it. We've gotten so much into CGI and all the technology that they've gotten away from what really well. Like Alfred Hitchcock would probably he'd be pissed
Oh,
off at
yeah.
everybody right now. You know,
Rolling in
they made
his grave.
so much happen.
Or
with
he's
so little.
laughing his ass off because I made more than any of you idiots on on a fraction of
Yeah,
the
a
budget.
fraction.
Yeah.
I was gonna say not even half, like a fraction.
Paper mache and wires, and I outsold you 10-1.
It right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's definitely one of the things. This not just horror movies, but like because I know a lot of the best horror movies, like say like even let's say even like the Underworld movies, the original ones, like
Yeah.
the first couple were like the better ones. A lot of that stuff was like animatronics and props, not
See,
CGI.
the Underworld I didn't see as horror. That was action.
Sure, it was action, but it was kind of sort of horror. Like they had the gore aspect of a horror movie.
Yeah, fair enough.
That's more what I mean. Didn't really like play like a horror movie, but it definitely had that gore aspect.
Yeah.
And like those sort
get
of
me
horror
wrong,
movies that
love
use that
those
stuff.
movies.
Yeah, like those. I think that's really good. Like the was one of the Evil Deads. I think it was 2013 or so, 2012, something like that. Remember that one? Okay. That one I think was really good. The new one that came out was it Evil Dead Rise. That one was
That
garbage.
one was horrible.
Yeah, it was.
It was
hot trash.
horrible. I was so
Yeah.
stoked. I was like, yes, a remake again.
I know I've watched the original Evil Dead. Evil Dead and Army of Darkness was.
Oh God,
I love that movie.
great movies. Those are literal cult classics.
Yes.
Like, those will last forever. Because you got to remember, you got to shop smart. Shop
Yeah,
smart.
because everybody knows Bruce Campbell. What else has he been in?
Yep.
Couldn't name anything.
I couldn't. All right, so if you made it this far into our video, I have a challenge for everybody out there.
What?
Right now, we have 68 followers on our YouTube channel. Every new follower we gain this week from watching this episode, I will donate an additional $5 for every single follower between now and when we release our next podcast to Santa's Workshop. So if we get 100 new followers in the next 7 days, I will donate $500 to Santa's Workshop.
Please follow us.
You have my word on that. So go on
Like and subscribe down
Yeah.
below.
Tell all
Like
your
and
friends,
subscribe.
get on YouTube, subscribe to our channel. I will donate $5 for the next 7 days. $5 for every single new subscriber we get. How's that?
The kids like to say smash the subscribe
Oh, I'm
button.
sorry. Smash the. I thought it was smash the like button and
Smash.
subscribe. They never say smash the subscribe button. They say smash the like button. I don't know, but I'm not one of the kids, so I don't. You're probably the closest one in that age. So. There you go. Tell all your friends and all that stuff, and create 10 more YouTube accounts, and there you go.
Yeah.
So, Rachel, thank you very much for having us on the
Thank you for
podcast. I
having
really appreciate that. This was a great time, and I'm really looking forward to making that next beer with you guys.
Yes.
That's going to be a lot of fun, and we're going to make a much better beer this time.
Hopefully.
I promise. No, that was on me.
It'll be my first craft beer experience, so
Oh, there we go.
hopefully this one holds up.
Do you have anything else? You good?
Nah, I think that's about it.
Yay, there we go.
Love what you guys do.
Absolutely. And remember, everybody, don't just do it.
Wackadoo it.